Alright, let's talk about using objects. So when I say objects, I mean object literals. Some people know object literals as dictionaries. It's a very important part within JavaScript, which you use a lot. It's one of the primary ways to send information back and forth through functions, to hold state information. So being able to create objects is important, being able to read properties from objects is important, be able to write properties to objects is important. So we're just going to deal with how do I create an object in this video. So we're just going to say const. So we use the word const because by default you should always use the word const. You should only change it to a let if that item ever changes. So we'll call it obj equals curly brackets. So this is also the standard way on how you would create a dictionary in languages like Python. So the curly brackets denoting scope. So you've just created a new scope for this object, and we can say, okay, well, console.log obj, and then we can, that's not it, we can see there's my object. So if I want to create an object that has properties on it already, when working with JSON and object literals are almost a one-to-one match to each other. So you can work and define objects differently, but I'd rather show you how it would work in a JSON type environment, so that whether or not you're working on JSON or dictionaries or object literals, it's all the same and you don't need to learn anything additional. So when working with standard JSON, the property name is a type string. So you can say first name in this case, then a colon, and then the value. And you can say last name, colon, and the value. So important thing here to note is that we first declare the property name, then a colon, and then John. So if I had a normal variable or a constant, I can say const var object equals, right? And so I'm assigning the value to the constant using an equals. But when I'm declaring it inside of an object, or JSON for that matter, I use the colon. So if I now save that and go to my web browser and refresh here, you can see there's my object, there's my property, there's the value. And that is how we create objects with JavaScript.